Today we'll discuss the WMS components in our WMS. The WMS has 8 steps integrating 5 elements, including permit to work, job safety analysis, energy isolation, temporary defeat, and SIMOPS. We'll cover everything from work planning to executing and closing the permit. The first element is work request and planning. All 5 elements will be covered. For example, permanent to work program will be covered. Job safety analysis will also be covered. Energy isolation will also be covered. Temporary defeat and CMOBs. We will cover everything from work planning to execution and permit closure. First, we discuss work request and planning, determining what work is needed, where, and in which area. For equipment, we define the job scope. This total planning is the first element of WMS. After planning, we identify and approve controls. Where it needs to be done, in which area it needs to be done, and if we are working on any equipment, what will the job scope be? Specifically, what work do we need to do on that equipment? This means that the total planning of the work will be discussed or set in the first element of WMS, which is work request and planning. Once we have completed the work planning, the next element will be identifying and approving controls. We need to determine what controls we need to manage in order to execute this work. Controls needed for task execution and isolation requirements must be identified and approved. Electric controls need approval from the electric department and process control from the shift controller or process area manager. Ensure control measures are in place before proceeding. After planning and identifying controls, site controls and implementation will be covered. Check area, classification, red, amber or green zones. Additional, the process controller from your department has to get it approved by the shift controller or whoever your process area manager is, so that we can do this work, so we can control it. We need measures for safe completion of our work. Next is site controls and implementation. First, check area classification. Red, amber, green zones. Additional controls may be needed. Check crane safety if entering. High fire risk needs hot or critical work permit. Mayors will have to implement on-site controls. After that, if a crane is coming into our area, we need to check whether this crane is safe for our work area or not. If there is a high chance of fire and explosion in our area, we will need a hot work permit, or we can work under a critical work permit. We will discuss all these things in the next few elements. When we have done a detailed study of all the 3 elements of our duty, we will ensure that things are in order. After that, we will have an authorized work permit. What is a work permit? You have a return authorization that allows you to go to any area and use specific work equipment. That allows you to go into any area and work on specific equipment.